Hello and welcome to my channel. Let's rank the Soulsborne games from easiest to hardest on New Game Plus. At number 7, which is the easiest on New Game Plus, is Sekiro, which is definitely one of the hardest games on a first playthrough. However, since Sekiro relies entirely on actually getting good, later cycles will feel significantly easier. While you won't be one or two shotting bosses, your improved reaction time and understanding of the combat system will allow you to breeze through the game. Additionally, in the end game, you can stock up on buffs before entering a New Game Plus, which will give you a very big advantage. Also, most of the prosthetic tools will be upgraded by then, so this will definitely help as well. Next, we have Elden Ring. I like to call New Game Plus in Elden Ring a revenge playthrough, because with the right build and some certain weapons, you can obliterate most bosses in just like 3-4 hits. Having the Blasphemous Blade at plus 10, for example, makes the game feels like easy mode. Since Elden Ring is massive also and the only true open world game on this list, you will already know where to go and exploration will feel easier in terms of getting the items that you want. At number 5 we have Dark Souls 3. While enemies and bosses are scaled up in New Game Plus, you will breeze through most of the game, I would say up until the Abyss Watchers. After that things can get a bit trickier, especially in the later areas and tougher boss fights. That said, I was still able to beat most of the endgame bosses in just like 1 or 2 tries. Even the ones that gave me trouble on my first playthrough, like Soul of Cinder, Pontiff, and the Nameless King. At number 4 we have the original Dark Souls. In New Game Plus, enemies hit way harder and have a lot more health, with some bosses feeling like damaged sponges. The biggest difference is the massive increase in soul drops. Some enemies give up to 4 times more, letting you level up and upgrade gear much faster. New Game Plus also changes some key enemy resistances, making certain fights tougher despite your stronger gear. Plus, enemies like Black Knight and Silver Knight becomes even deadlier, forcing you to stay on your toes. But even with all that power, areas like Anor Londo still feels brutal thanks to the enemy scaling. Next we have Bloodborne. Jumping into New Game Plus cranks up the difficulty where enemies hit harder and have way more health. But unlike the Souls games, you can collect all items in a single playthrough. So NG Plus is more about the challenge than collecting missed gear, to be honest. Also, the challenge dungeons don't get tougher in later NG cycles, so they are a good place to farm some powerful blood gems to help balance the increased difficulty. Make sure you're ready for a significant difficulty spike though, since the game expects you've been diving into those optional dungeons to beef up your character. Now at number 2 we have Dark Souls 2, which easily has the best NG Plus experience in the series. Unlike other Souls games that mostly just scale up enemies, Dark Souls 2 changed things up with the new enemy placements, added mechanics, and even tougher boss fights. For example, in the Lost Sinner fight, 2 Pyromancer Phantoms joins the battle, making it harder, and the Flexile Sanitary gets extra enemies at the start of the fight. On top of that, the Shrine of Winter now requires an extra million soul memory to access, forcing you to grind or take on more of the enemy of the game before advancing. NG Plus also introduces unique boss drops and loot, giving you more reasons to replay. All of these changes make Dark Souls 2 New Game Plus feels fresh, challenging, and way more engaging than any other game in the series. Now, on the top spot, we have Demon Souls. And New Game Plus in this game is absolutely brutal. Enemies hit way harder, have way more health, and even regular mobs can destroy you if you're not careful. While you keep your gear and stats, of course, consumable soul items still give the same amount of souls as before, making leveling up a bit harder. Demon Souls New Game Plus difficulty spike is definitely one of the steepest in the entire series. There's a reason why you will see the famous message everywhere in the final boss zone. The true Demon Souls starts here. And trust me, it really does. And that's it for my NG Plus ranking of the Soulsborne games. Let me know in the comments if you agree or if you would rank them differently. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss more Soulsborne content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.